We are live.
Famous last words, buddy.
Yeah. What could go wrong? I could get a phone call right when we go live from my favorite person. That's not anything going wrong, though.
in honor of my man Greg Hogue, is this thing live?
We are live, baby. We are live. Can you give me a mic check real quick? I never gave you a mic check. Let's make sure you're loud enough.
Me?
Well, yeah, you're good.
So.
Yeah, you're
check,
loud
check.
enough. Cool.
I don't think we're live on Windows Open, though.
Yeah, we're live everywhere. Cool. So, Mike, you've had a busy few weeks, man.
Dude, I've had ever since I last seen you, since before I last seen you in July, I think it was, at Junior Nationals, it's been like, I don't even know where the year's gone, man. But it's been pretty fast paced ever since Junior Nationals last year, I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
Tell me about last week, man. You've been out at that mini derby. I didn't even know you were there until I started seeing videos.
No, I wasn't there. No,
oh, were
no,
you just?
No.
Oh, okay. You were just re-uploading other people's videos.
I got eyes and ears all over the place, son. So I got friends all over the world, and I was having some friends send me over some videos of some of the action going on out there from Louisville. I'll be heading out in like 2 days, so I got all my stuff that needs to get packed for sure. Nothing's done in that aspect, so I'm a little nervous, but that'll be the first task on hand tomorrow. But it's it's gonna be a fun trip. It's a lot going on, man. Derby is unlike any other machine in the pool world. So it's nonstop. It's 24 hours. It's night and day. It's all that and then some. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I bet, man. I'm not going this year, but I'll be going next year for sure. No doubt in my mind. I might even play in the banks or something that I'm not really good at, just for fun,
Oh, I like how you dodge me on one pocket, but yeah, you're willing to play banks in the Derby next year. That's nice. That's nice, man.
Once I have a cue, man. Yeah. Once I have a cue.
I would have gone outside and made you a cue, buddy. All right, that's how desperate I was to get you to play. But we're here to talk about some other exciting news, my man. We've been me and you have worked together, pretty regularly over the last 6 months, and it's always a fun collaboration. And of course, I got the world of respect for you and all that, and we got another project on the horizon, my man.
Definitely. But before that, let's bring our what would you call him? We'll just call him the man in the green room right now. Let's bring our friend in here.
Don't kick it off of me.
Yeah. Well, let's bring our friend in here, Brandon Burch of Griff's Billiards. He's got some exciting stuff going on over there, and has been lately. You just had an event last weekend, right? Or 2 weeks ago?
We did a memorial for Mark Griffin.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent sized event too, right? It was 5,000 added.
Yeah, we added 5,000 to the event. Rewarding all the chip championship is what it's known as. So the Mark Griffin Memorial Chip Championship, where all the winners of all of our chip tournaments that are weekly got an opportunity to be able to play in a memorial for Mark.
Yeah.
Awarded a nice crystal trophy. First place took home $4,500. So it was a sweet payoff.
Hey, Brandon. Brandon, your audio's coming through kind of muffled. I think your microphone might be tucked in your shirt or something. See if that makes a difference. If you pull it up. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, we did the Mark Griffin Memorial Chip Championship. So in honor of Mark, instead of just doing a normal, just kind of a buy-in tournament, we opted to do a reward to our players that come into Griff's every single day. The people that come in every Thursday, every Friday, every Sunday.
How does all this work, Brandon, now that Mark's passed? I know that he had set aside some, some things in the trust to allow events like this to go on. So is that, were these things that were planned out all, over a year ago?
So the memorial tournament side of it wasn't. I sit down with Mark a lot. I was at his house towards the end of those last couple of months, and I couldn't get him to commit to what we should do for like a memorial tournament for Mark. Like, I was like, what discipline of pool? He wouldn't answer. His answer pretty much was like, you'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. and it took quite a few months. I did, but it took quite a few months before he had the nerve to kind of be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So it was a way to kind of reward, like I said, the players that come into Griff's. Griff's isn't just the big events It's not just certain tournaments. It is a mixture of everything. You know, we have the casual ball bangers, there's casual players that come in. We have the people that come in that obviously are at the pro level. In addition to, you have like weekly tournament players. We've got, you know, league within APA, BCA, and TAP. So I wanted to do something to reward the people that actually allow us to operate. You know, they're the reason that the doors are open weekly, not just casually, you know, come Vegas tournament time.
Right.
You know, during CSI and BCA and whatnot.
Yeah, that's very cool. Mark had a pretty big annual event every year that he did, right? Which was the U.S. Open, right?
Yeah, Mark actually owned and operated 5 disciplines as far as within the U.S. Open. So he's got 10 ball, 8 ball, banks, 1 pocket, and then 14.1 straight pool. So we actually have a walkway as you first go into Griff's. If you hang a left to do the new side, you actually have got a bunch of plaques with a lot of the history of the different places the event's been held over the years, as well as the winners of all of those past events.
Very cool. Yeah. And what were exactly his plans as far as moving forward with the trust? What are you still running those events? I mean, you've been doing it the last 2 years outside of the jurisdiction that they were before, or the coverage that they were. I remember following them for a few years back when CSI was doing things with Mark Griffin, right?
Right. When Mark owned CSI, it was a little different because you could kind of tie in both, you know, sets of the businesses together. You know, as far as the U.S. Open name, so they were kind of cut together. I don't know, obviously, the ins and outs of that sale over to Ozzy, as far as what this criteria was for that. That was before my time at Griff's. But moving forward with us going into a trust, a part of his intention was he wanted me to keep working with the youth in pool, in addition to keep that name going with U.S. Open with the, with that brand. So every year, our goal of anything that we do all year long is that we're going to host those 4 U.S. Opens between the 10 ball, 8 ball, banks, and 1 pocket.
Right. And so with that, he had set aside, it sounded like, a pretty nice payday for pool players to make, within that, right? So I think it was somewhere around $10,000 added per each event.
Yeah, like the money wasn't set aside specifically for the events, like in the trust. The U.S. Opens are just simply a project that we're going to continue to do as Griff's. So nice. We take a part of what we make at Griff's and actually continue to run the events, which is also known as funding the events. So it's $10,000 added per event. There's a $5,000 all around for those that participate in all 4, with $2,500 or $2,000. Was it $2,500, $1,500, and $1,000 going out the first, second, and third as far as for playing all 4 events.
Okay. Well, I guess this is probably a pretty good time for the 3 of us to mention that this is the team that's going to be bringing you all the coverage this year.
That is correct.
Let's let the cat out of the bag, my man.
Yeah. I'm ecstatic. I'm super excited to have this opportunity personally.
I know I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, Brandon had reached out and we were talking about some other things that were going on. And, within that, he mentioned the U.S. Open while we were discussing it, when it came to the streaming, I mentioned, what we were able to see last year, and it was a great job, but there was definitely, opportunity for improvement, I felt like. And, I mentioned Collins' name. Luckily, Brandon and the team got on board, and we couldn't be more thrilled to bring you guys the 2024 U.S. Open 1 pocket, U.S. Open banks, U.S. Open 10 ball, and U.S. Open 8 ball coming up in March, following the World 10 ball that's going to be happening at the Rio. It's going to be 2 weeks worth of coverage. And Collins, if I know you like I think I know you, this is not going to be a pay-per-view. Is that right?
No, it's going to be free for everyone in the pool world and all of their friends to see. So this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you guys as fans of, all the world-class players and local strong players that might travel to play in an event like this, for you to show off this game that you're obsessed with. So, free to view and available on YouTube. It's also going to be streamed out to Facebook on all avenues post up. So definitely spread the word.
Along with the Griff's YouTube. Don't forget about that.
Along with the Griff's
Live
YouTube.
from
Yes,
me.
yes. Actually, we're going to be reserving the finals of each event for the Griff's YouTube channel exclusively. So, it's going to be free to see, easy to access. Definitely going to have the interactive chat atmosphere that you guys are used to. We're going to have a lot of fun, I think.
No, I know we are. It's going to be 4 U.S. Open disciplines being crowned champions, which I can't wait for. Fun events within that, of course, at the always fun place to go to in Griff's. And I hear, Brandon, maybe you can shed some light for us. I hear that there's some pretty top-notch players signing up already for it. Maybe you can shed some light on that for us.
I mean, if you want to get into revealing some names, we can.
I've been known to drop a few dimes on some players before here and there.
I mean, if you go to Fargo, look at the top 100 players in the world. Let's just say at least 3 out of the top 5.
3 out of the top 5. Collins, read me off the top 5 list if you can, Collins. I know you're real quick on the computer, man. Come on.
Hold on. The top 5 AZB list or the top 5 Fargo list? Which one you guys want?
Fargo list. Fargo top 100.
Fargo top 100. We got. I know Filler's there. I know Gorst is there. I know Anton Raga's on there. Do you have that one in there yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Fedor Gorst, FSR,
Not yet.
SVB.
Well, if Anton's not there, then we got 3 out of 4 that we can for sure say are signed up, which means it's going to be a big as a major as you can ask for, man.
Let me mention, I've had a birdie in my ear. There's a very strong possibility that number 2 might show up, Mr. Gorst.
Who's number 2, man?
Mr. Gorst. Yeah.
Well, you ought to know because you run.
There's a pretty strong chance. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, it'd be nice if Federer would come back and defend his 8-ball and 10-ball from 2023.
Yeah, tell me about it.
There you go.
He took both events last March.
Look, we're gonna have sideline coverage. We're gonna have tournament progress. We're gonna have multiple matches streamed all over YouTube. It's gonna be completely free for all you guys to be able to check out, and it's all thanks to Griff's and what Mark had set up. And I wanna make sure and give a big spotlight on that and just why it was so important for Mark to make sure that these events kept on going, Brandon.
So it was important to a couple things for him. For him, he wanted to grow pool. So that's where the youth comes into play. That's the connection of, I can always name drop a local Las Vegas up-and-comer definitely will be a part of the U.S. Open this year. So, to have Savannah a part of our events is really cool to be able to sponsor her and be able to kind of help her path as far as moving forward and growth. And then to kind of throw in as far as the pro event side of it. My biggest thing moving forward is I want to make the U.S. Open more of what it's been the last few years, with it being more of run out of Griff's as opposed to being done in, at the Rio or, at the Riviera or something along those lines.
I think that we can definitely deliver, a very top-notch product with that as far as coverage goes. In a room like that, it's going to showcase the intimate atmosphere of the room, like you'll be able to feel what it feels like on any given day when you have those top-level pros showing up for big action matches, which, by the way, I'd probably say that Griff's is the biggest action spot close to the West Coast, bar none, like as far as pros that show up and play big sets, right?
It's fun to watch it because like any given day you just look over, you'll see somebody that like, okay, they're in town, or they're just kind of there. Yeah. Shane stopped by a couple weekends ago and everyone just kind of freaked out because they didn't know he was in town.
Right.
So it's always kind of a fun environment. You just never know who's going to pop in.
Yeah, I definitely, anytime I think Las Vegas, if I'm not thinking about one of those big league events, the only other name that pops into my head is Griff's for sure. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. I mean, I love running the venue where you have people coming in that don't know the place. And then you kind of look like, how do you not know the place?
Right.
But over 3 years ago,
anytime you talk with anybody, any pool player who wins any kind of league thing to go to Vegas, one of the first things they always mention is, I can't wait to go to Griff's.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always some place that you want to stop by whenever you fly in town. Even if you're there, you can be at name said casino with a room full of tables, you always got to make sure you stop by Griff's. And
100%.
it's become a place within the pool world that is just transitioning into, or already just not only a big time room, but more importantly, just having major events go on time in, time out, month in, month out. And what better way to continue that legacy and Mark's legacy than by hosting these 4 U.S. Open disciplines within 2 weeks, man, back to back to back to back. It's gonna be a gauntlet. It's gonna be, Collins, I'm guessing anywhere from 10 to 16 hours a day of live streaming every day for 2 weeks straight.
Like 2 weeks straight. Yeah, you guys, any moment of any day that you guys are awake, you'll be able to tune in and see what's going on with the action.
Lord help us, Collins. Lord help us.
I'm excited to channel my
you
inner
guys are gonna
XQC.
see my weeks every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be streaming heaven for me, so I'm excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and
No problem.
yeah, I know we're going to do you guys proud, all you guys at home. I know that we're going to do Mark proud.
For
I
sure.
know that we're going to do you proud, Brandon. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
So
Yeah,
what I can also, without a doubt, it's our pleasure for sure. You know, we appreciate the opportunity, and there's very few people within the pool world that I vouch for, and it's my man to my, I guess in this case, my left, and Collins. So me and him love to give each other a hard time, but I know the guy's work ethic. I know what he can execute, and I got nothing but faith in him. And I'm proud to call him a friend, and even more to be working with him. So it's going to be a fun time. We got opportunities within this event to be able to sponsor. If any of you guys are interested or know of any businesses willing to come on, advertise for the event. It's just going to be nonstop all day, every day, nothing but pool. And we're going to build it up from now until March. When does it start? March what? March
3rd.
March 3rd. So we're going to have player announcements. We're going to be releasing more flyers coming up in the next couple of weeks. We are beyond pumped to be working with you guys and going to be out there at Griff. So I don't know how on earth we're going to make it 2 weeks out in Vegas, but we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're just going to figure it out.
You'll be too busy to do any of the bad stuff.
Exactly. That's what I need.
That's
what I need, or I'll be sitting on those video poker machines at the bar.
There you go.
We got 15 to choose from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, cool, guys.
Well, Collins, you want to just get them out of here on what they can expect for the event, buddy?
As far as my coverage,
Yeah.
I mean, look forward to super interactive chat. We're gonna try to get as many different pros with and without personality that will be willing to get on the mic and try to show them that we're not. You know, you don't just have to be here to call the shot. We want to get to know you as well. You know, we're going to have that. We're going to do the usual kind of red zone coverage, especially early on in the tournaments. I mean, if there's anything going on, any significant moment in a match that's not on our main feature table, we'll be able to slide to the side, take a look at that. You know, if we have any interesting hill spots, or if we have maybe an upset in the works, then, you know, we'll be able to see all of that live together. So if you're a post-up reg, you already know what's coming to you, and I bet you're stoked.
I can't wait, man. Brandon, much appreciation. We're going to be talking more in the next coming weeks as more news comes out regarding this event. But we really appreciate the opportunity, and we can't wait to work with you, buddy.
Yeah,
I can't wait either. It's been fun so far. It's kind of cool now the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
You heard it here. U.S. Open 2024, Banks, 1 pocket, 10 ball, 8 ball, post up, windows open. We're going to be hitting Griffs. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, rock and roll.